Hello Aries, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your February 2020 reading. So we're going to get right into this here. I've actually already pulled out a couple cards. I did that with Pisces as well, just to see where you guys were at, coming into February, what we've kind of been through, because January has been kind of a microcosm for the whole year ahead. It's been this kind of portal with all these, with all of the eclipses that happened out of nowhere. It's been kind of a portal for the year ahead in terms of how it's going to play out, the type of energy, the type of things going on. So I wanted to see where you guys were at coming into February here as we end January when I'm doing these readings. So Aries, do check out your 2020 year ahead readings. Those are up as well. And they talk about the astrology for the whole year, which is really big, as well as a card for each month. Do check that out, guys, as well as your dailies, and make sure you're subscribed. Let's get right into this because there is a lot, I feel like, that you guys are very worried about right now. The Well was the first card out here. We're using the Ethereal Visions deck, if you were wondering, by Matt Hughes. It's a beautiful deck. Go follow him over on Instagram. Tell him I sent you. The Well here is one of the cards that he actually created for the deck. There are a few cards, 2 or 3 cards, I believe, sorry, just 2, that are different from the major arcana, that are just 2 extra ones, 2 different ones. That he's created himself, and one of them is the Well, which to me is that kind of Mother Gaia energy, Mother Earth energy, something, for me it's like she has something to protect, something that she's creating, that maternal energy of I've put, life into something here. This is life to me. Whatever this idea is, this creation is, this career situation. Sorry, just move that. Sometimes notifications come down, and that's why I'll sometimes touch the screen, because for some reason they continue to pop up, even though I've said not to. But the Well here says that you have tried to create something. You've been in probably a process of this for a long time. I feel for a lot of you this has to do with career, it has to do with money, has to do with maybe even creating your own business. Because when Uranus was in Aries for the 7 years prior to this past one, that's where you guys had your focus. And now that it's in Taurus, that kind of focus is actually still continuing as it's in your second house. Sorry guys, I don't know what's going on with my nose right now. It's like suddenly I got an itchy nose. Hopefully it'll just go away and stop being so red, which is really weird. After that, we get that 9 of Swords, though, with the Well. So I know that wherever you have been on this situation, it just kind of feels like she's waiting. I have this thing that I'm bringing to life here. I have this thing that I want to bring to the world, and why isn't it working? Or what are your fears about it? It feels like you guys have a lot of fear. You've been worrying about it for a long time. Maybe it's the financials. Maybe it's, why can't this work out the way I want it to? Why hasn't it worked out the way I thought it would? Yeah, you guys are giving me like a stuffy nose, which is weird, like an itchy nose. Whatever the heck that means. That usually means that Spirit has a special message, or that this is quite strong. After that is the 7 of Cups. And these 2 cards together really look at, why am I feeling this way? What really isn't working? It's a lot of stress and worry and trying to figure out the root of the problem here. So especially in terms of something you've created, you guys might be trying to figure out, what is the root of this issue with this? Why can't I seem to grow this past this point? Why can't I seem to find the abundance that, I put life and love and abundance into this. Why am I not receiving it back? And that 7 of Cups moves on there. That 8 of Cups at the end. So some of you might be really considering, as you move into January, leaving some type of aspect of your life behind, moving on from one idea, moving on from one situation, a work situation even, to something new. Some of you might be leaving a desk job, might be leaving something to create your own business, and you're worried about it. But at the same time, it feels like there's been a breaking point where you can't really do whatever it was you were doing anymore. Like you're done, like it's over. I don't know what's happening to me during your reading here. I'm getting all stuffed up, but know that the 9 of Swords is illusory, that these are all in your head, and maybe you have reason for it. Maybe some things there have really happened that have brought a lot of frustration, a lot of worry, a lot of anxiety, stress, sleepless nights here, honestly, to you. But I do feel there's a moving on from this, and we're going to see how that plays out here. So I'm going to leave these cards right there, and we're going to keep pulling. Okay. This month, we actually have Venus entering your sign on February 7th, which is going to bring a lot of that flirting, fun, going here, there, everywhere type of love energy here. You guys are kind of known to be flirty, quick in terms of love. Venus and Aries could even bring up that love at first sight kind of situation. Let me get some water real quick. And I suggest you make sure you're drinking plenty of water too. We have that full moon in Leo, fellow fire sign, on February 9th, which is going to bring a lot of expression of self-courage, being original, and having success in your life and success in being original here. You know, I don't care what people think of me. This is me, and I'm going to be successful being me. And that's the kind of vibe I'm getting from you guys this month, honestly, with Venus in your sign and the full moon in Leo. We also have, oh my god, I'm sorry guys, I don't know what you guys are doing to me. We have Mars entering Capricorn on the 16th, not that big of a deal, just a little bit more of, you know, turning what you want to do into a profit here, how to use, how to really utilize pain and pleasure instead of having it use you as well. February 17th, we have Mercury retrograding in actually Pisces and then into Aquarius into March 10th. So watch out with the retrograde. I haven't really mentioned a lot of the astrology in the other videos, but watch out for that retrograde. Just, you know, things are never as they seem. Digital stuff can get messed up. Make sure, you know, you're all set before you send that email. Make sure it actually gets sent. Make sure things are all lined up, because that's where things tend to go wrong. Mail gets lost. Communication, even one-on-one in person, can be a little bit strange and stunted, and people aren't getting what they want across. It also has the sense of bringing things up from past retrogrades, or it has the sense of, you know, I think this is going to come back around, and then as soon as retrograde ends, that situation comes around, and you might be feeling very different about it than you did at first. So let's see. Let's focus on your major focus and goals are this month. Oh, and that came right out. Wow. Okay. You want to change your life. You want to make your dreams come true. I mean, that's really what this says to me, was Nine of Cups and Judgment. You know, this is what I want. Or for some of you, it's adjusting a dream. You know, this is the way I want to be living, the way I want to be feeling. I want to feel self-satisfied, self-sufficient. You know, the emotional satisfaction of getting to a certain point, especially I'm getting in terms of wealth, in terms of a career. You want this certain level of, you know, I got this. Look at me. I'm the winner. I mean, Aries are kind of known to be the sign that needs to win. And as somebody with, it was born right. I mean, some people are, everyone out there is like, whatever, on cusps and stuff. But, you know, I'm at 0 degrees Taurus, right on Aries Taurus. And I grew up thinking I was an Aries, and everybody in my family thinking that. And I only found out later on that I was actually a Taurus. I also have a huge stellium in Aries. So I get you guys. And it's adjusting what your dreams are. I feel like a lot of you guys have adjusted your dreams as you've left January and start to enter into February. What does it look like? What does the life that you want to live look like? The career especially. And what do I need to do to get there? How am I going to live that life that I really want to live? What is the work, the effort that I need to put in? Judgment has you really looking at, you know, let's change this. And what do we really need to change about this idea? What do we need to change about our Nine of Cups feeling? Those are your goals. You want to make an impression. You want to make it a reality, but you also need to adjust what those goals and ideals are for yourself. Let's look at your major obstacles and defining events. And I actually want to look at this with a different deck, just because we already have, or you know what, no, we're going to stick with this deck. We're going to use the Muka for some other stuff here. Let's check it out. Major obstacles, defining events for Aries in February 2020. Ooh, that's not really an obstacle, but Jesus, okay. if you get stuck on the small things and you get frustrated that something hasn't panned out the way you've wanted it to, and you might get really frustrated and maybe have some, I don't know, it's like other people say things, or, you know, there's just small problems here. 5 of Wands. And you might look at it and be like, or not even so much that. It just feels like if you involve yourself in any fights of will and battle, you know, like in terms of this person thinks this of me and what I'm doing, and this person thinks this, or you start listening to other people, you're going to get involved in some fights that you're not going to feel very satisfied about, or they might take you in directions of emotion that you're not very happy with. You know, it might have you questioning, what's really worth it? Is this really worth it? Or, you know, am I really worth it? Or do I really have what it takes to be doing what I'm doing? Or are you going to listen to these people that say, well, you need to do this, do that? And maybe you are looking at some things practically and saying, wow, maybe I should get these things in check. Maybe I should fix this. Maybe I should, you know, fix the resume, rewrite, you know, the website, fix up this, fix up that. It's like, okay, yeah, the Empress is a beautiful energy. She kind of, for me, almost has that same type of vibe as the Well, and that maternal, you know, I have something that I've grown here type of way. I have given life to something and I want to see where it goes. What do you want to put your life, your creative, loving energy into? And it's also that kind of Mother Earth energy with the Empress. What have you manifested? What have you been working towards materially, long term, but also with your heart, with your soul, and knowing that this is, it's like a baby. You've literally, for those of you who are trying to get pregnant, I mean, this is a good time for you to get pregnant, I guess, if that's what you've been trying to do, because we have a lot of maternal cards, and there's, you know, the 9 of Pentacles showing up. I'll show her in a second as well. So for those Aries that are not looking to get pregnant, watch out. But if you are, it's a good month for you, it seems like. I feel like that comes up occasionally in some readings, and it just does. But the Empress and the Well, you have something that you've been creating, something, again, it feels very entrepreneurial. Like a baby, but like a career baby that you've been wanting to give birth to, and it's having you kind of take it a little bit slower. The Empress and the Well both don't seem to move very fast. The Empress is a slow time manifesting. You know, we put in the effort long term. I'm going to put in the work, yes, but flowers take time to grow. A garden takes time to really flourish. Vegetables take time to grow, all that fun stuff. And the Hangman has you kind of sitting and waiting. When he's upright, he'll be in that 4 position, have that solid foundation to work on. But right now, we have to look at things from a different perspective. We have to kind of take a step back and allow things to move as slow as they need to right now, and trust that, you know, things are moving this way because you need to look at, you know, the little things. You need to look at the bigger picture, but also not get caught up on the little stupid things. So while you're in this Hangman position, don't get frustrated and start shooting your energy here, there, everywhere, and starting to get really disappointed in what you've created and, you know, where you're at, and oh my god, maybe I should fix this, oh my god, I need to do this and that and the other thing, and things kind of seem to pile up and make you a little bit irritable. It's interesting because then we get that 6 of Swords reverse, and it just feels like we have this, again, this has to do with a dilemma without the solution that we've been looking for. It just feels like there's no immediate solution this month. And I know maybe that's not what you're looking for, but you have to trust that because there's no immediate solution, that things are going to work themselves out and get you here, and that you need to trust in your own ability to create right now. You need to be proud of how far you've come and what you have created, because Aries, and like a lot of fire signs, and also very much like Virgos, you guys tend to get frustrated when things haven't worked out the way they've wanted to in the time span. You guys are the energy jumping into things, going for it, but things take time after that. Yeah, we can start something, but you can't give up on it halfway through because it hasn't panned out exactly how you wanted it in like a week, a month, even a year. Some things, especially business, self-made business, takes a long time to build. It's not something that you can just step into and have it be like, all right, I'm successful, I'm going. You know, most success stories, I remember I was just reading Alicia Yoon, she is the creator of like Peach and Lily, which is an amazing skincare company that I love personally. And I follow her on Instagram, and she had this post that was like, there was time, you know, when I first started my business and I put everything in, like in the first 6 months, where I had $7 to my name and I didn't know what I was going to do. And she trusted that, you know, she was going to that this was going to eventually work out, and it did. And now she has an amazing, successful, thriving business with amazing products, and she made her dream a reality. So to me, this is that kind of story. If you guys are frustrated, if you are having a hard time fighting your way through this, if you're having a hard time finding the energy to keep going because you feel you put so much energy into this baby, this creation, know that this is going to pan out, but you have to have some patience and you have to be willing to take a step back, even when things aren't perfect, and look at it, trust that things are slowing down, that they are the way they are, so that you can fix some of the little problems that have cropped up here and there, so that you can start adjusting to how things are now. Because the way the world goes, everything changes, especially in terms of business, like month by month, day by day. Like, believe me, working for YouTube, I've had to learn things over and over and over. They change. They shift. And you need to have that fire in your belly here like you started. Page of Wands is that essence of fire. I have a message. I have something I want to bring to the world. I have a new path of something I want to learn. It's that newness, that just essence of let's go, let's do this. He also often has, again, a message here. So whatever it is. But for me, I don't know. In your case, it feels like you need to introduce that energy back into this. That eruption, that initial eruptive energy of bam, there we go. That's the idea. And it will come through. You're going to get there. What do you need to know about this career and money situation this month? In terms of what will help or hinder it. I don't think you can really make a decision yet. I think that you need to stand guard and wait for something to kind of come in. Because you're going to get there. I just think you have to... Let me get one more here. It's patience. Honestly, Aries, the message for this month is having some patience. And there might not be an immediate solution to whatever you're going through, but you have to trust that the solution will come in at exactly the right time. You have some lessons to learn in the meantime, some things to look at, and need to take it a little bit slower to get to that higher perspective that a lot of people are getting to in Aquarius season. 2 of Swords, 9 of Wands. Get yourself ready. 9 of Wands doesn't always come to me as that, but it's like, get yourself prepared and ready. A decision is going to need to be made at some point, and maybe we don't really know, and it hasn't really fleshed itself out. It feels like things are up in the air, and you don't know what that decision is yet. But if you prepare for it, if you prepare what you can prepare, look at what you can look at, fix what you can fix right now, and be willing to be more compromising in those areas and less stubborn, you're going to be fine. Because look what does come in. Or, actually clarification here. Let's look at that first. The 2 of Wands, 9 of Wands is Judgment and the Empress. You have to have patience. This is going to come when it's supposed to. And you really have to look at your past, your present, and where you want to go next. Judgment asks you to change, really asks you to shift, really asks you to embody that Empress energy of, I know things are going to work out. Because if you embody that 9 of Swords... that 7 of Cups that we saw in the beginning, that's going to bring all that energy into your life. You'll have no confidence. You're just going to give up, and you're not even going to explore the options that you need to. You're not going to be able to have the patience and the capacity really to take the time to really put the work in, to put the effort in, to also put the trust, the faith, and that quality of the Empress that's just manifestation through pleasure and comfort and practical application. She has purpose. She has ideas, and she brings them to life, but it doesn't take a second. She didn't just become the Empress. She didn't just grow all these flowers, get all these beautiful robes, have, this beautiful place that she's in, with all these, these goldenrod or something behind her. She didn't just show up like this. It took a long time, a lot of effort, and a lot of growth, a lot of self-growth, and a lot of patience and positive energy being put into this loving energy of creation, of maternal, divine feminine creation. So even if you're masculine watching this, the Empress is your opposite tarot sign, honestly, in the tarot. It's, because you guys have the Emperor as the card that represents you. The Empress is that opposite divine feminine. Dip into that instead of that, which is more patient, more loving, more understanding, more compassionate, even to yourself, even to your ideas and what you want to do. It's asking you to change, and you will shift. It's a beautiful month here, and look at where we end up. I know this seems a little bit far off, and I'm not sure when this is, but know that it's coming. Ace of Cups, Four of Wands. Your celebration, things coming into harmony, especially in your home life, especially in your relationships, whatever this is applied to, but it feels like it's an emotional resuscitation, honestly. Wow. Oh, there it is. There's the healing I was looking for. There's the life I was looking for. You also need to look at the present and try to find this happiness, this pleasure, this appreciation for where you're at right now. Woo, Aries. A lot of big messages. Let's actually pull some oracles now, because I think this is a really beautiful month for you, and you're gonna get there. The Four of Wands to me is, yeah, that glass door, the distance of this is my perfect future, and it's like a portal there, but look at what offers you that this month. You might get an offer towards the end, and you'll be like, I'm really glad I stuck this out. I'm really glad I didn't give up. I'm really glad I didn't just throw energy at this and then run away from it when it didn't work out immediately. It's beautiful. So, damn. All right, let's actually pull a Goddess, Journey to the Goddess Realm Oracle deck card by Lisa Porter. Aries, February 2020. Ooh, okay, we're going to take this. All right. What number is that? Okay. Oh. I'm going to try to say this right. Satak. Scottish warrior goddess Satak, whose name means she who strikes fear. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I have Scottish watchers, and I'm probably butchering how you say her name. But I believe it's Skathak, whose name means she who strikes fear, is an expert in arts of combat. She resides at the Fort of Shadows on the Isle of Skye. She trained many heroes and warriors with her outstanding abilities in sword fighting and weaponry. She preferred not to have a consort, though she would honorably grant the friendship of her thighs if it suited her. Skathak shows you that your boundaries reinforce your identity. Your boundaries protect you from harm and from draining your energy. Without the use of weapons, we use the tools of communication or words, an anagram of sword to establish boundaries. Without strong, clear, and healthy boundaries, you cannot fully shine in your energy. So these are clear personal boundaries and saying no, being more self-empowered, self-preservation, you know, respect for others' boundaries, but also respect for yourself and your own boundaries here in terms of life. Don't push yourself, or you don't need to. You know, what is your identity? Being assertive in that kind of sense, but not so much in the negative way. So let's pull one more from the Halloween Oracle. We'll call it a day, Aries. Make sure to check out your yearlies for 2020. Make sure to check out the monthlies for your sun, moon, and rising. And if you guys haven't, do make sure to subscribe. I really do appreciate your support, my lovely Aries. Love you guys. All right. Messages for Aries of guidance from their higher selves. Ooh, okay. Hell yeah. This is a good one. You guys have some good cards here this month. I'm liking it. This is kind of like a flip. You just gotta have some patience this month, I promise. Okay, Lady de los Muertos, acceptance and equality. Acknowledging that death is a natural process that will enter everyone's life at some time, and that perhaps until then, we can choose to be life-affirming takes away much of the fear. Take a light approach to a situation initially, and it may work out better. If you are holding on to something that does not serve you any longer, in particular material things, simplify and let go. So, beautiful messages here, Aries. I hope you guys have a wonderful February. Check out your love readings. I'm going to try to get love readings out for all the signs this month. Keep an eye out. What was I going to say? Oh, if you are watching this before February 15th, I am offering year ahead, 2020 readings here for the year ahead for everybody. They're just $30 and they last about 30 minutes. We do a quick overview for your 2020 year ahead. And I'm only offering those up until February 15th, so take advantage of that. And all my information on booking a reading, any type of reading, is below this video in the description box. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. Have a wonderful and blessed month. Namaste.